How's it going, everyone? We're back with another weekly watch list for this upcoming week in the stock market. Going to be covering SPY, QQQ, SPX, and IWM as always. But before we get into it, I just want to take a moment to thank those that have been checking out the videos. This is, I believe, my 41st weekly watch list now, which is crazy. It's been almost a full year. And I just want to say thank you to those that have been showing support, watching some of the other videos. I noticed that a couple of my other videos had 30 plus views, which, it's funny because 30 views, but man, I appreciate every single view. Obviously I just started this channel less than a year ago, or I'm sorry. Less than a year ago, about September of last year. And I only upload one video a week. It's just a watch list, just like any new channel. But every view matters to me and means something to me. So for those that have been checking out the watch list, just know that I appreciate every single one of you. Without further ado, let's get into the watch list. So first up, we have SPY. Okay, I think we're all aware that market has been having a nice, good pullback this last couple weeks. So first thing I'm looking at with a nice move like this is fibs. I'm a big fib guy, especially on the higher time frame. So as you can see, we have this 50 fib that we're kind of holding here on the daily on SPY here. So I'm definitely gonna be watching that. I definitely like shorts then below this previous day low at 528.68 and this 50 fib. My next big area for a bounce is going to be down here at this 522.66 and 525.07. So just going to be watching that 50 fib, just watch to see if that puts us higher, because looking on the weekly, kind of just looks like we're making a higher low. So that's kind of what I see on SPY. Looking to larger time frames, you can see maybe it was putting in a higher low, bouncing up to a new all-time high. We will see. Same thing here on the daily. Kind of just looks like higher low, right? So, we'll see. If we take it down to a smaller time frame now, to the hourly, these are my main levels I'm watching. Previous day low, previous day high. Previous day high is also this previous support at this 537.40 area. So I'd like to see us get above this zone before looking long. My next rejects along the way are going to be at 547.47, and then above that at 554.86. So I do like this area here for longs if we get above this previous day high. And of course, this is a possible reject or above that to 554. But like I said earlier, below the previous day low, my next big bounce is going to be this 525 area and this 522. Real quick, I just want to see what I actually have this from. This level here, I'm probably just going to remove this one from the chart here. Yeah, so that way it cleans it up a little bit. Yeah, this 525 looks good. So that's what we're looking for on SPY. Let's go over to SPX. Actually, real quick, back to SPY. I just want to point out that one of my levels is also a really nice supply zone. So it's going to be here on the 4 hour and 1 hour. You could take it the whole 4 hour here, this small green to this giant red, but that's just a huge zone. So I'm going to look inside the 4 hour, go to the 1 hour, and we do have this supply zone here. The small green candle followed by a large red, wick high of the green to body open of the green. That's going to be our supply zone. So I do like that area for a reject when we get back there. SPX, same thing. Previous day high, previous day low are always marked first. So that this range right here. Other levels I will keep on the chart as we pass or go by them, especially if we have reactions to them. So for example, this intraday, this 53.26 was really nice on SPX intraday. We had a lot of touches, wick, busted through, wick, busted through again, wick for support. So I'm going to keep that on the chart. But I do really like these levels on trading intraday on SPY. If we're approaching SPX, this previous day high here on SPX, I'm going to be very hesitant to go. I'm not going to go long or over this level here, right? Because I want to get over this previous day high on SPX before we go long on SPY. So just looking at levels here on SPX, these are going to be my levels for the week. So over this previous day high, I do have some resistance here, the support trend resistance at this 5,400. A whole psych number as well, and then really not much else up until the 5,500. So that could be a really nice move. We get over that 537, 539 on SPY. We get over this 5,400 on SPX. Looks like a pretty good amount of room up here to 5,500. Let's head over to QQQ. So QQQ, same thing. I believe if I go to the daily, it's going to be the 61 fib. So this April low here to our all-time high. It looks like we're bouncing the 61 fib nicely. So again, below that fib, below the previous day low, my next areas of support are going to be this 440.60 and then this 438.45. So let's take that down to, take that down to a 4-hour time frame. See that a little more clearly. I have these zones here below the previous day low as my next support. So if I zoom out a little bit more, you can see them a little bit more clearly over here in this area. But taking it down to a smaller time frame, the 1 hour, previous day high, similar type of situation as on SPY, previous support turned to resistance here. So I'd like to see us get over this 454 area before our next possible reject at this 468. And then above that, I have 475. And then of course, all these levels up here, but we'll worry about that when we get there. We'll see if we get there this week. Okay. And then lastly, IWM. So IWM really is the little engine that couldn't, man. It's so sad. You know, we finally had this beautiful channel break out, fucking come up here pretty much like double, almost triple top. We had the FOMC pump where that thing went crazy. I was watching it intraday, almost took calls on it intraday. And we broke this support, we broke this rejection area that we had rejected twice heavily. It just went nuclear up to 228 and it's just rejected so hard. I mean, look at that 4-hour candle. I mean, it's insane. Same thing in IWM. You know, we have this 4-hour supply, but if we take it down to the 1 hour, it just looks a little bit better here. So I'm actually going to expand this a little bit more, bring this over. That's going to be a supply zone that I'm looking at first, is 225. Still staying on the 1 hour here. We have our previous day high, previous day low. Okay, let me go to the 4 hour. Over the previous day high, this level here, this is not really like a level I'm looking for a reject. It's just a previous level that was ran through in the pre-market. So we haven't really retested it. So say we break the previous day high at 211, which was a really nice level on the daily, which I'll go over in a second. This could be a profit target on the way up. First reject then will be this 214 area. We have a prior day close. I think this was Thursday's close here at 216. So it was not touched. So I do want to keep that on the chart. Again, it could be a potential profit target as well. And then below the previous day low, we have this 61 fib, which I did get from the daily. So this swing low here, this swing high, I don't like it as much just because we had this really big channel. It's not really that much of an impulse move, but I will keep it on watch just in case we break below the previous day low. I really like the gap fill down to 203.58, but this 61 fib could be a pit stop for a profit target for some of your position on the way down. But as far as gaps on the daily, you know, we have a lot of them. Above the previous day high, we have this gap up to this 215.27. And like I said earlier, this 211 level is a nice gap as well. I was looking to see if we broke this here, we would gap down and push down to this 211, but we just gap down overnight. But it has acted as a nice level as it was the high of day on Friday. So that's going to be everything I'm watching for this week in the stock market on SPY, QQQ, and IWM. IWM as well is a pretty tight range from Friday, so I'd like to see us break this range and make a move either down or up. So again, above previous day high, I'm looking for calls up to 215. Below previous day low, I'm looking to fill that gap here to 203. So that's going to really be my main game plan for IWM if we get it. So anyways, that's going to be everything. So thank you so much for tuning in. Any questions, comments, concerns, feel free to leave them in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, please consider subscribing, dropping a like, sharing the video, whatever. Thank you so much. I'm wishing you all an amazing week inside and outside of the market, and I'll see you all in the next watch list.